Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 5th, 2021, Cinco de Mayo. Today we will go over yesterday's NBA, NHL, and MLB games, look ahead to today's games in each sport. We'll go over the latest news and notes. We'll preview tonight's episode of The Masked Singer and my best bet of the day. We will start in the NBA, which we've been doing a lot lately. We've been coming down the home stretch here. We will go over the games from yesterday, look ahead to tonight's games. Suns over the Cavs, 134-118 in overtime. The Suns are 47-18. Cleveland, 21-44. Devin Booker had 31 points. Isaac Okoro had 32 for Cleveland. Hornets over the Pistons, 102-99. Almost said the Pacers. Charlotte, 32-33. Detroit, 19-47. LaMelo Ball, 23 points and 6 assists. Hamidou Diallo, 35 points. Bucks over the Nets, 124-118. The Bucks, 41-24. Brooklyn, 43-23. Kyrie Irving, 38 points for Brooklyn. And Giannis Antetokounmpo had 36 for Milwaukee. Mavs over the Heat, 127-113. The Mavs, 37-28. Miami, 35-31. Tim Hardaway Jr., 36 points for Dallas. Duncan Robinson only had 19 with 9 boards for Miami. Pelicans over the Warriors, 108-103. New Orleans, 30-36. Golden State, 33-33. Lonzo Ball, 33 points. Stephen Curry had 37. Kings over the Thunder, 103-99. The Kings, 28-37. The Thunder, 21-45. Buddy Hield had 18 points and 11 rebounds. Darius Bazley had 24 for OKC. Clippers over the Raptors, 105-100. The Clippers, 44-22. Toronto, 27-39. Paul George, 22 points and 9 boards. Fred VanVleet had 27 with 13 assists for Toronto. All right, 9 games tonight. 7 o'clock, you have the Celtics at the Magic. I'm at Boston, 14 total 220. And FanDuel has this at Boston by 10.5. We don't have a total yet. I'm going to lay to 10.5. I think Jason Tatum will carry him. 7:30, the Blazers at the Cavaliers. My projection is Portland 13.5, total 223. Meanwhile, it's 11. I'm going to lay to 11 with Portland. 8 o'clock, the Suns at the Hawks. I'm at Suns by 10, total 223.5. Meanwhile, it's Suns by 1.5, total 227.5. There must be an injury I'm unaware of in this game. Why is it 1.5? Why? Like, Chris Paul's playing, Booker's playing, Ayton's playing. Like, that is the most asinine line I've seen in a while. I'm laying the 1.5, although, is this a Vegas nose game? The Kings at the Pacers. I'm at Pacers 9, total 231.5. Meanwhile, it is Pacers by 6. I'm going to lay to 6. We'll see if Malcolm Brogdon's back. I don't think De'Aaron Fox is going to play. Sixers Rockets. I'm at Sixers 26 total to 22.5. Now it's 15. I'm going to lay to 15 with the Sixers. The Wizards at the Bucks. I'm at Milwaukee 11.5 total 233. Meanwhile, it's 7. I'm going to lay to 7 with Milwaukee. Grizzlies Timberwolves. I'm at Memphis 10.5 total to 27.5. Meanwhile, it is Memphis by 4 total 236.5. The Grizzlies and the under, I like both. I think the injury to JJJ could potentially not make Memphis cover here, but I like the under 236.5. Next up, 9 o'clock, you have the Knicks at the Nuggets. I'm at Denver 9.5 total 218.5. Meanwhile, it is Denver 3 total 214. That is low. A lot of Knicks love, and understandably so. Maybe Jokic isn't playing. Jokic is questionable. I'm going to bank on the MVP favorite to play, and I'm going to lay the 3 with the Denver Nuggets, although I don't love it. And last but not least, the Spurs against the Jazz on NBA TV. I'm at Utah, 13.5 total to 23. But 7. I'm going to lay to 7 with the Utah Jazz. Alrighty then. Now we'll move on to the NHL and go over yesterday's results, which was a short window, and then we'll look ahead to a busier slate, or it should be a busier slate for tonight, and it is much busier. Islanders lose again to Buffalo 4-3 in a shootout. Buffalo 15-32-7. Islanders 31-16-6. The number 3 starting game with a goal and assist, Cal Clutterbuck. The number 2 starting game with 2 goals, Anders Bjork. And the number 1 star of the game with 45 saves on 48 shots, Michael Hauser, who has been solid for the Buffalo Sabres in net. Devils over the Bruins 4-3 in overtime on a game winner by Pavel Zacha. Devils 18-28-7. Boston 31-14-7. The number 3 started game with 2 assists, Jack Hughes. The number 2 started game with the goal, Yegor Sharangovich. And the number 1 started game with 2 goals, including the overtime winner, Pavel Zacha. Penguins over the Flyers 7-3. The Penguins are 35-16-3. Philadelphia 23-23-7. The number 3 started game with 2 assists, Claude Giroux. Number 2 started game with the goal and 2 assists, Jake Gensel. And the number 1 started game with 2 goals and an assist, Sidney Crosby. Hurricanes over the Blackhawks 6-3. The Hurricanes 36-10-7. The Blackhawks 22-25-6. The number 3 started game with an assist, Jacob Slavin. The number 2 started game with a goal and 2 assists against his former team, Teuvo Teravainen. And the number 1 started game with 2 goals and an assist, Andrei Svechnikov. Oilers over the Canucks 4-1. The Oilers 32-17-2. Vancouver 19-25-3. The number 3 started game with an assist, Niels Hollinger. The number 2 started game with 2 assists, Connor McDavid. And the number 1 started game with 2 goals, Leon Draisaitl. All right, big window tonight, 7 o'clock, NBCSN, the Capitals and the Rangers from Madison Square Garden. The Capitals are minus 130 or minus 126. Rangers are plus 108, over under 6.5. Overs even money, unders minus 122. Caps minus 1.5 is plus 205. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 255. Tough one. You know what? I'm taking the Rangers as a home dog tonight, plus 108. Yeah, they're eliminated for playoff contention, but they're going to have a chip on their shoulder because of what happened on Monday night with Tom Wilson. We'll get into the fine and all that and the tweet. They're not going to let this be a distraction. I think they're going to be motivated. If anything, I think the Capitals might be a little disoriented with Alex Ovechkin not playing tonight. That'll make them worse offensively. So I'm going to go with the Rangers, plus 108 as a home dog tonight against the Capitals. The Canadiens at the Senators. Montreal's minus 168. Ottawa's plus 142. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Montreal minus 1.5 is plus 158. Ottawa plus 1.5 is minus 192. I'm going to go under 5.5 at even money. I don't like Ottawa's offense, and Montreal, I just think is not going to get up for this. So I'm going to go under 5.5 at even money. Predators, Blue Jackets, Nashville is why isn't this game up here on the oh, here it is. Nashville's minus 196. Columbus is plus 164. Over under 5.5. Overs minus or plus 118. Unders minus 144. Preds minus 1.5 is plus 146. Blue Jackets plus 1.5 is minus 176. I'm going to go over 5.5 at plus 118. I think it's a valuable play. Nashville's offense has been rocking. Columbus's goaltending is not. So I'm going to go over 5.5 at plus 118. The Stars at the Lightning. The Lightning are minus 166. The Stars are plus 140. Over under 5.5. Overs plus 112. Unders minus 138. Dallas plus 1.5 is minus 205. Lightning minus 1.5 is plus 168. I'm going to go over 5.5 at plus 112. I think the Lightning offense will get going. And I don't like how the Stars... I think the Stars offense has been good, but their defense has not. So I'm going to go over 5.5 at plus 112. 8 o'clock, you have the Ducks against the Blues. The Blues are minus 275. The Ducks are plus 225. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Ducks plus 1.5 is minus 120. Blues minus 1.5 is even money. I'm going to do Blues minus 1.5 at even money. They're playing for that last playoff spot in that division, in the West Division. So I'm going to go minus 1.5 at even money. Golden Knights Wild. Golden Knights are minus 126. The Wild are plus 108. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Golden Knights minus 1.5 is plus 215. Wild plus 1.5 is minus 260. On the side between two, I'm going to go with the Wild plus 108. I think they're going to do it again. Where things stand right now, actually, they are 2 back of the Avalanche. So that division is still up for grabs, and they're 4 back of Vegas. So give me Minnesota at plus 108 as a home dog against Vegas. 9:30, the Jets against the Flames. The Flames are minus 126. The Jets are plus 108. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 108. Unders minus 112. Jets plus 1.5 is minus 265. Flames minus 1.5 is plus 215. I'm going to go with the Jets plus 108. I think that they are the better team. And they are tied to Montreal, amazingly enough, right now. And Calgary's out of it. I don't get it. Why Winnipeg is a dog and they are 10 points up on the Flames in the standings. So give me the Jets plus 108 against the Flames. And last but not least, 10 o'clock, the Kings against the Coyotes. The Coyotes are minus 142. The Kings are plus 120. Over under 5.5. Overs plus 106. Unders minus 130. Coyotes minus 1.5 is plus 190. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 235. The over trend for the Coyotes has not been what it was for a while. But I'm going to take one more chance over 5.5 at plus 106. All right, now we'll move on to Major League Baseball from yesterday. We'll go over those results. And we will look ahead to what should be a busy day today. Cubs over the Dodgers 7-1 in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Cubs 13-16, Dodgers 17-13. Kyle Hendricks the win, Clayton Kershaw the loss. Jake Marisnick and Keibert Ruiz homered for their respective clubs. Kyle Hendricks, a complete game, 7 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, ERA 6.07. He had the history of pitching well during the day at Wrigley Field. That was a trend that I missed on. Clayton Kershaw, look at this. 1 inning, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. ERA 4.95. I'm sorry, 2.95. Oops. Giants over the Rockies 12-4 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Giants 18-11, Colorado 10-19. Matt Whistler to win, he's 1-2. German Marquez the loss, he's 1-3. Brandon Belt hit a grand slam. Buster Posey homered. It was 10-0 in the first, amazingly enough. And the leadoff hitter for the Rockies, Rafael Tapia, hit a grand slam. 2 in this game. And Brandon Crawford also homered for San Francisco. Aaron Sanchez, 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts, ERA 3.18. German Marquez, 2/3 of an inning, 6 hits, 8 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 6.21. Marlins over the Diamondbacks 9-3. The Marlins 12-16. Arizona 15-14. Getting the win for Miami was Richard Blyer. The loss for Arizona, Kevin Ginkel. Home runs in this game. Brian Anderson for Arizona, Josh Rojas. And Lewis Brinson hit a home run for Miami as well. That's good to see. Sandy Alcantara, 6 innings, 6 hits, and a run, a walk, 6 strikeouts, ERA 2.95. And Riley Smith, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 4.91. White Sox over the Reds, 9-0. The White Sox 16-12. Cincinnati 13-15. Dylan Cease to win, Jeff Hoffman the loss. Jose Abreu was the only player to hit a home run in this game. Dylan Cease, 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts, rate 2.37. Jeff Hoffman, 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts, rate 4.39. Braves over the Nationals 6-1. Atlanta 13-16. Washington 12-13. Huascar Yanoa the win. Joe Ross the loss. Ronald Acuna, William Contreras, and Huascar Yanoa, the pitcher, actually hit a grand slam in this game. The other two just... Oh, no, Contreras didn't homer. He did an RBI single. Acuna homered and then Yanoa homered, but his was a grand slam. And Yanoa's pitch line, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, rate 2.36. Ross, 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, rate 4.39. Phillies over the Brewers 6-5. The Phillies are 15-15. Milwaukee 17-13. Aaron Nola the win, he's 3-1. Eric Lauer the loss, 1-1. And Sam Coonrod the save. That's his second. Andrew McCutchen homered twice. Brad Miller homered. And Jackie Bradley Jr. homered. Aaron Nola, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, rate 2.89. Eric Lauer, 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, rate 1.64. Red Sox over the Tigers 11-7. Boston 18-12. Detroit 8-22. Nick Pivetta the win 4-0. Michael Fulmer the loss 1-2. Matt Barnes gets the 7th save of the season. Alex Verdugo, Xander Bogaerts, Hunter Renfroe, and Jacoby Jones, and Enrique Hernandez all homered for respective clubs. Pivetta, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, ERA 3.23. Michael Fulmer, 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and no strikeouts, ERA 4.57. The Yankees over the Astros 7-3. Wow. Yankees back over 500 the first time in a month. They're 15-14. So is Houston. Getting the win from New York, Lucas Ludic. The loss, Brandon Bielak. Home runs, Alex Bregman, Giancarlo Stanton, and Michael Brantley. Domingo home run, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts, rate 4.32. Zach Greinke, 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, rate 3.76. Cubs over the Dodgers 4-3 in game number 2. The Cubs 14-16, Dodgers 17-14. Getting the win was Justin Steele, and the loss was Garrett Clevenger. So this one went to extras, quote unquote. It ended in 9, and it was a doubleheader. Home runs, Jason Hayward, Max Muncy, Justin Turner, Javier Baez. And then the walk-off single was by David Bodie. And Baez's home run was a game-tying shot in the bottom of the 8th. Getting the start for Chicago in this game was Keegan Thompson, 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA of 0. Trevor Bauer, 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, no run, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, ERA 2.44. It's amazing that the Dodgers, after that great start, are only 17-14. And then the Yankees, conversely, had the bad start, and now they're back over 500 at 15-14. So, arguably the two best teams in all of baseball, one off to a bad start and is playing great right now, one off to the great start and is playing very poorly right now. Rangers over the Twins 6-3-10. The Rangers 14-17, Minnesota 11-17. Getting the win was Joely Rodriguez, he's 1-1. The loss, Brandon Waddle 0-1. Ian Kennedy gets his 8th save of the season. Byron Buxton, Williams Azadio, Cole Calhoun, and Avisail Garcia all homered for their respective clubs in this game. Kyle Gibson, not Gibbons, 8 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, ERA 2.4. J-Hab, 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, and a run, a walk, 3 strikeouts, ERA 1.91. Indians over the Royals 7-3. The Indians are 15-13. KC 16-12. Nick Wickman the win. He's 1-1, and Josh Staumat the loss. He's 0-1. Salvador Perez and Jake Bauers homered for their respective teams. Mike Minor 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, rate 5.23. And getting the start for Cleveland was Phil Maton, pretty much an opener here. An inning and a third, 2 hits and a run, a walk, 3 strikeouts, rate 4.5. And then the primary guy, Sam Hentages, 3 in the third inning, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA of 5. Rockies over the Giants 8-6 and 7 in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Rockies 11-19, the Giants 18-12. Getting the win was Ben Bowden, he's 1-2, and the loss, Camilo Doval, he's 0-1. Brandon Belt, CJ Cron, and Wilmer Flores and Charlie Blackmon all homered in this game. Blackmon, by the way, a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th. The Giants were up by 4, and then they lost. Getting the start for the Rockies was Ryan Castellini, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 5.4. Now it's with 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 1.96. Rays over the Angels 8-3. The Rays are 16-15, LA 13-15. Luis Patino to win 1-0, Alex Cobb the loss 1-2. Mike Trout, Austin Meadows, each homered for their respective teams. Meadows homered twice. Shane McClanahan, 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 2.25. Alex Cobb, 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts, ERA 5.48. A's over the Blue Jays 4-1. Athletics 19-12. Toronto 14-14. Cole Irvin to win 3-3. Anthony Kay lost 0-2. And Yusmeiro Petit gets his first save of the season. Mitch Moreland was the lone player to hit a home run in this game. Cole Irvin, 8 innings, 3 hits, and a run, a walk, 9 strikeouts. ERA 3.09. Anthony Kay, 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 9.82. Mariners over the Orioles 5-2. The Mariners 17-14. Baltimore 14-16. Rafael Montero the win 3-1. The loss, Travis Lakins Sr. He's 1-3. Kyle Seager, Rio Ruiz, and Kyle Lewis each homer for their respective clubs. Justin Dunn, 5 1/3 innings, 3 hits and a run, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 3.51. Jorge Lopez, 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits and a run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 6.49. Pirates over the Padres 2-1. The Pirates are 13-16. San Diego 17-14. Mitch Keller to win 2-3. Ryan Weathers lost 1-1, and Richard Rodriguez gets his 5th save of the year. No homers in this game. Mitch Keller, one of his better starts, 5 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 6.29. Danielson Lamet was actually the opener in this game. Tossed 2 innings, gave up only 4 hits, no walks, no earned runs, no strikeouts, ERA of 0. Then Ryan Weathers came in for 3 innings, 4 hits and a run, no walks, and a strikeout, ERA 0.93. Mets Cardinals was postponed, makeup date today, so that's going to be a doubleheader. And the Mets catch somewhat of a break because Jacob deGrom was supposed to start and he was scratched, and then he didn't even play the game. All right. Today's window, 12:30. The White Sox and the Reds. Dallas Keuchel and Sonny Gray. Neither of these guys have pitched up to expectations thus far this season. The Reds are minus 134. The White Sox are plus 114. Over under 8.5. Over is minus 104. Others minus 118. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 182. Reds minus 1.5 is plus 150. Over 8.5 and minus 104 is intriguing. But I'm going to play the White Sox on the money line to play it safe. I think this could be a good spot for Dallas Keuchel. So give me White Sox plus 114 against the Reds. 3 o'clock, you have the Giants and the Rockies. Logan Webb and John Gray. The Giants are minus 110. The Rockies are minus 106. Over under 10. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Giants minus 1.5 is plus 146. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 176. John Gray's been solid this year. I'm going to go with the Rockies as a home dog, a slight home dog at minus 106. in this one. 3:30, the Orioles and the Mariners. John Means and Yusei Kikuchi. The Mariners are minus 126. The Orioles are plus 108. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Orioles plus 1.5 is minus 205. Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 168. I'm going with the Orioles as a road dog plus 108. John Means is better than Yusei Kikuchi. That's all you need to know. 5 o'clock, you have the Mets and the Cardinals. Marcus Stroman and Kwang Hyun Kim. That's game 1 of the doubleheader. No lines are up. If the Mets are a dog, I'll take them. Which isn't inconceivable. And if the total is anything higher than 7, I'll take the under. 6:30 of the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. Luke Weaver and Pablo Lopez. The Marlins are minus 146. The D-backs are plus 124. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Diamondbacks plus 1.5 is minus 178. Marlins minus 1.5 is plus 146. I'm going to go over 7.5 and minus 105. I think that the Marlins offense will continue its success, and I think that the D-backs offense can hit off the Marlins bullpen. 7 o'clock, you have the Astros and the Yankees. Jordan Montgomery against Luis Garcia. I thought it was Garrett Cole. Maybe Garrett Cole's tomorrow. Oh, that would make more sense because they were off on Monday. Never mind. The Yanks are minus 146. The Astros are plus 124. Over under 9. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Astros plus 1.5 is minus 150. Yankees minus 1.5 is plus 125. Both these guys have been, I know Montgomery has a worse ERA, but his whip is similar to Garcia's. Tough call here. Yankees run line again. I don't feel good about it. Minus 1.5 at plus 125. I think the Blues will continue to get to the Astros. Braves Nationals. Max Fried and Eric Feed. The Braves are minus 132. The Nats are plus 112. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Braves minus 1.5 is plus 132. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 160. I'm going to go under 8.5 at minus 104. I think this is finally where Max Fried gets going a little bit. So I'm going to go under 8.5 at minus 104. The Brewers and the Phillies. The Brewers are minus 142. The Phils are plus 120. Over under 8. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 126. The Phillies plus 1.5 is minus 152. I'm going to go over 8 at minus 110. I think that both of these offenses will continue to hit. So I'm going to go over 8 at minus 110. The Tigers and the Red Sox. Casey Mize and Martin Perez. Red Sox minus 210. The Tigers plus 176. Over under 9. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 120. Red Sox minus 1.5 is even money. I'm going to go with the Tigers as a big dog plus 176. Casey Mize, I think, will rebound. He only had that one good game against the Astros, but I think he could have a good game here. So give me the Tigers plus 176 against the Red Sox. 7:30 ESPN, the Dodgers and the Cubs. Walker Buehler and Adbert Alzolay. The Dodgers are minus 172. The Cubs are plus 144. No totals or run lines out yet. But if the total is anything 8 or below, I'm going to take the over. The Rangers and the Twins. Hyung Jung Wong and Lewis Thorpe. The Twins are minus 174. The Rangers are plus 146. Over under 9. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 137. The Twins minus 1.5 is plus 114. I'm going to go with the Rangers as a dog again. I just don't like what I've seen from the Twins, so give me the Rangers plus 146 against Minnesota. 8 o'clock, you have the Indians and the Royals. Shane Bieber and Brady Singer. That's a really good pitching matchup. The Indians are minus 158. The Royals are plus 134. Over under 7. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. The Indians minus 1/2 is plus 118. The Royals plus 1/2 is minus 142. I'm going to take my chance here with the Royals plus 134 on the money line. I think Singer will pitch well. I love Bieber. But I think this could be similar to the Cole game from a couple weeks ago. So give me the Royals plus 134. I mean, the Cole game was the Bieber against Cole. You have the Pirates against the Padres. Yu Darvish and JT Brubaker. The Padres are minus 260. The Pirates are plus 215. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Pirates plus 1/2 is minus 111. Padres minus 1/2 is minus 108. I'm going Padres run line minus 1/2 and minus 108. 8:15 doubleheader game 2. Mets Cardinals. Johan Oviedo, we know who's going for the Mets. If the total is anything lower than 7, I'm going to take the over. 9:30, the Rays and the Angels. Andrew Kittredge and Shohei Ohtani, we don't have a line out for this game yet. The Angels are probably favored because of Ohtani. But if the total is anything below 8, I'll take the over. And last but not least, the Blue Jays and the Athletics. Robbie Ray and Chris Bassett. The A's are minus 122. The Blue Jays are plus 104. Over under 8. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Blue Jays plus 1/2 is minus 205. The A's minus 1/2 is plus 168. I'm going to take a chance to take over 8 at minus 106. I was going to take the Blue Jays, but I feel a lot better about the over at minus 106. I think that this could be a high-scoring affair. All right, now we'll go over the latest news and notes. There's a lot, so I'm going to try to be somewhat quick here. Reds Amir Garrett suspended 7 games for inciting benches clearing incident against the Cubs as Javier Baez receives a fine. Yesterday was Clayton Kershaw's shortest career start after the one-inning disaster against the Cubs. A big story in baseball last night was that the Astros made their first appearance at Yankee Stadium since the cheating scandal came out. And there's a Yankee fan that wore a costume of Sesame Street's Oscar the Grouch to make fun of the scandal. Zach Greinke threw an eephus pitch, 53 miles per hour at New York's Clint Frazier. I thought that was pretty neat. As Zach Greinke likes to throw that eephus pitch in his arsenal. James Harden threw a shade at the Knicks as he did a creative cropping of a New Yorker cover to show who he thinks New York's team is. That might be karma for Harden. He's hurt. Maybe Brooklyn loses in the playoffs early than people think. Maybe the Knicks win a playoff series and nobody's expecting them to. But this could be karma. That is very unnecessary for James Harden. Something cute. A Chicago Cubs fan carried his son to the edge of the stands to throw back the Dodgers home run ball in that 7-1 win. It was that Kyber Ruiz home run. The NFL draft drew huge ratings. 6.1 million viewers on television and digital sources, making it the third most watched draft on record. Nate Jorkin's status with the Pacers going forward is uncertain, and he has work to do on relationships with key players. So he might be one and done in Indianapolis. They've underachieved badly this year, so it wouldn't stun me. Tyrese Halliburton is out for the rest of the season. due to a knee issue. Patrick Beverley came back last night against Toronto. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's foot injury is significant, as Mark Daniel says that the OKC star has a significant tear in his plantar fascia, and that's what they were trying to avoid. LeBron will miss the next 2 games against the Clippers and the Blazers, respectively, the rusty ankle. Kemba Walker came back for Boston against Orlando. The lights go out during the Pelicans-Warriors game, as the joke is that the Pelicans are coming up with new ways to defend Stephen Curry. Draymond Green says the teams are scared of Steph. And that teams are afraid of Curry amid the hot streak of Curry's. And then Draymond goes that he wouldn't want to see a team with Steph Curry on it if he was an opponent. Rougned Odor and Martin Maldonado had a collision last night in home plate as both players left the game. And Odor has a knee injury, and Maldonado got removed from the game last night as well. Hopefully those guys get well soon. Jawan James tore his Achilles as he was at a workout away from the team facility. And doctors are hopeful that he won't miss the entire season after suffering a torn Achilles. And he could lose $20 million if he doesn't play. And the fact that his injury occurred off the field, that's where the $20 million comes into play. Dak Prescott says he can play right now as he gives an update on his recovery. Jets defensive lineman Quinn Williams needs surgery on small bone in foot, but should be back for training camp. I mentioned Jacob deGrom getting scratched last night. He had a lat inflammation as he'll be throwing for the next 2 days. Alex will be throwing for the next couple days, and the injury is not serious, according to Jeff Passan. Juan Soto came back against the Braves last night, which is good news for the Nationals. Meanwhile, Christian Yelich goes back on the injured list with the back strain after being activated on Monday. Franz Wagner forgoes college eligibility and declares for the 2021 NBA draft. That is a big loss for the Wolverines. Artemi Panarin is done for the season and will miss the final 3 games due to the injury from the Tom Wilson brawl. That obviously is a killer for the Rangers. They were eliminated anyway, so this gives them a chance to test out the young guns. Meanwhile, the Rangers made a very strong statement on Tom Wilson and said it was a horrifying act of violence last night, referring to Monday night. I don't blame the Rangers for sending out that statement, and that's really how they felt. Tom Wilson's a dirty player, and he's someone that should have been suspended, and instead he was handed a $5,000 fine, which I find absolutely ridiculous. Julius Randle believes he belongs in the MVP talk, and he says for sure belongs in the MVP conversation in mid-breakout year. I do not know if he'll finish in the top 5 for MVP. Maybe top 10. Maybe top 7. But one thing is certain is that he'll certainly be an All-NBA player this year. Alex Ovechkin won't play tonight against the Rangers. We talked about that earlier. Evander Kane was sued $15 million for allegedly defrauding a financial lender. So that finally is out. Marcus Peters is still upset with the Rams as he's still not over LA trading him to Baltimore and bringing in Jalen Ramsey. He said, F them. DK Metcalf is trying out for the Olympics U.S. track and field team. So that's interesting. And a couple more news items. Jose Mourinho is hired by Roma as the legendary manager to join the Italian club at the start of next Serie A season on a 3-year contract. And then Man City reached the UCL final as it eliminates Neymar, Mbappe, and PSG to advance to its first ever Champions League final. So that's really cool for Man City. All right, that's it for the news and notes for today. Now we will preview tonight's episode of The Masked Singer. Top 6 tonight. 1 hour show. 1 elimination. So it's going to be a lot of fun. 2 weeks ago, the guest panelist was Rita Wilson. The Piglet had hints about moving to LA, and there's a broke finger peace sign. They said they had the perfect storm. There are sunglasses. There's hints about pirates in there. There's a tree, UFO, and he performed The Pretender by Foo Fighters. And the special of the week was their food order, and he ordered cotton candy. And my guess for this is AJ McLean of the Backstreet Boys, although I would not rule out Kevin Richardson either. Jenny went with Lance Bass, Ken went with Chris Pine, and Rita Wilson went with Nick Jonas and threw out the Manning brothers. And the latter of Rita's guess is abominable. No way it's a Manning brother. Robo Pine hinted about being in depression. They hinted about singing in the shower. There's a Roman statue. There are burgers. There's a bike. A block party. And he performed Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. His order was lobster. My guess for this is Stevie Wonder. Robin went with Terry Crews. Ken Jeong went with Aaron Hall. And Nicole went with Jamie Foxx. The Chameleon said he meant his GOAT, meaning the person he looked up to. Hints about championships. There's a number 2 in there. There was Money Disco, Dear Photo. And his performance was To Regulate by Warren G featuring Nate Dogg. His order was fried bird and cricket cake. My guess is still Ludacris for this. The Atlanta hints and the way he raps, it makes me think of Luda. Ken Jeong said Kyrie Irving. Jenny McCarthy went with Machine Gun Kelly. Nicole said Waka Flocka Flame and G-Eazy. Robin Thicke had a good guess of Wiz Khalifa. And Cloodle Doo came in and said a big hint was a Golden Globe, which would make sense for Wiz Khalifa because he had a song that was in a movie. Next up was the Yeti. There's a Mike, Avalanche of Success, the Scandal Letters, a dog. He said he was to blame for some problems. There's line dancing in there. There's a Happy New Year hat, which I thought was weird. Maybe that's a hint towards him being on the Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. And he performed Lonely by Justin Bieber. His order was of donuts. My guess for Yeti right now is Drake. Although I wouldn't rule out Neo. Nicole went with Cisco and Todrick Hall. Although Hall, I think, is a good guess. Ken Jeong said Justin Timberlake. And Robin went with Omaria and Mario. The Russian Dolls went next. There's hints about cups of tea. There's Eat and Pray and one with a question mark. The Statue of Liberty, that's a New York hint. Made in Milwaukee, that's a Milwaukee hint. Wisconsin. Indiana Avenue. Indiana. A lot of city clues, preferably New York City. There's trains that makes people hint about New York City. And they performed 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. And their order was of jelly beans. My guess for this was the Black Eyed Peas. Nicole went with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Ken Jeong said the Jonas Brothers. And Rita went with Boyz II Men. The Crab went next. And there said about the Brooklyn Bridge. Rainbow and Sun. 10 scores. There's a Jack in there. He performed In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, and his order was of Marshmallow. My guesses were Ernie Isley and Neil Rogers. Robin went with Ray Parker Jr. Jenny said Bobby Brown and Flava Flav. Nicole said Keith Sweat. Seashell, $119, decided to open up. Her first live performance was without a rehearsal. TNT. Roasted chicken. There's a Christmas tree. Maybe there's a connection to Anna Gasteyer. And then she performed I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany. Cloodle Doo came in and stole her food, which was an order of grapes. And then she said that she likes to cook fried chicken. My guess for this was Kylie Minogue. Ken Jeong said Sarah Silverman. Nicole went Tamara Mowry. Rita said Scott Willis. Then last was Black Swan. Their Feathers. There's a Sign I'm Late. Single Mom. Record Player. There's a Glass Slipper. And then she performed Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. Her order was a Fish Cracker. My guess for this, Emily Osment, although I wouldn't rule out Fantasia. Rita Wilson said Kesha. Ken Jeong said Nelly Furtado and Demi Lovato. Nicole said Becky G and a great guess of JoJo. Wouldn't be shocked if it's JoJo. Crab went first. My first impression guess was Kanye. Final guess, Ernie Isley. Robin's first impression was Cool from Kool and the Gang, and his final guess was Ray Parker Jr. Nicole's first impression guess was a Jackson 5 member. Her final guess was Keith Sweat. Ken and Jenny both said Bobby Brown for first and final. Rita's final was Martin Lawrence, and it was Bobby Brown. So Ken and Jenny got a first impression point each. Seashell went home second. My first impression guess was Kristen Chenoweth. My final was Kylie Minogue. Ken's first impression was Kristen Chenoweth, and his final was Sarah Silverman. Nicole's first impression was Hilary Duff. Her final was Tamara Mowry. Jen's first and final was Vanessa Hudgens. Robin's first was Ashley Judd. His final was Haley Duff. Rita's final, Scout Willis, and it was Tamara Mowry. So Nicole got it correct with her final guess. And prediction for tonight, the person that will go home tonight. Oh my God, that's hard. There's so many good people. I'm going to say Chameleon, and we finally find out that it is indeed Luda under the mask. Alrighty. Last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There was one that stood out to me. I'm going to hold my nose and take the Phoenix Suns minus the points against Atlanta. They're the better team than the Hawks. They're hot. And now it's down to a half. It's a pick'em. So I'm going to lay 5 units on the Phoenix Suns against the Atlanta Hawks. So there you have it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything in the NBA, NHL, and MLB. Looking ahead to tomorrow's games in each sport. We'll recap Masked Singer, news and notes, and my best bet for the day. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.